Inso.
What does it mean to be Sikh? This was a question that was posed by a 9-year-old girl to her father who struggled to come up with a decent answer. So instead of fudging through, he did this. And no one in Satinder Garcha's family ever made a film before, but together, the family of 3 embarked on a quest to explore this question together. And this project, which took over 5 years to make, saw Satinder, Harpreet and Zara traveled to 8 countries with big Sikh populations. And the film was screened at the United Nations Association Film Festival this year. And joining us now in our Singapore studios is Satinder Garcha, the director of the movie, and Zara, who asked that pertinent question that started it all. Thank you so much for joining us, Zara and Satinder.
Thank you.
All right. And now that 9-year-old girl, Satinder, is now 14 years old, a grade 9 student. So way back when you were 9 years old, why did you ask your dad that question?
Well, I wanted to know basically more about myself, and I grew up with not that many Sikh friends, and in school you only basically celebrate Christmas. So I just wanted to know more basically about my identity, and both my granddads wear turbans, so I wanted to know what that symbolized and just more about who I am.
And now, 5 years later, now that you're 14 years old, has that film, has your dad been able to answer that question for you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still evolving and learning new things, and I'm kind of adapting to what like Sikhism means to me. Like I cut my hair and I'm kind of making it to like adapt to my lifestyle, but I mean, it helped me understand a little bit more about myself, and I do feel more confident.
That's wonderful. And Satinder, let me get to you. How much are you addressing the issues of Sikh stereotypes in this film?
Well, we traveled to so many countries and embedded ourselves in so many communities. And, you know, and one of the things of Sikhism is that there's a very distinct physical form, especially for males. You know, a turban, beard, a sword. And the stereotype all over the world, unfortunately, happens to be that of a sort of an Islamic terrorist in today's day and age. Especially after 9/11, a lot of people are being killed all over the world. So as we traveled more and more, I realized that there's this global stereotype.
Yes.
And I hope that this film sort of addresses, firstly, educates people that this is a distinct religion. It's the 5th largest in the world. And, you know, and the spirit and the ethos of the religion is non-violent. So I hope it sort of came through. So that wasn't the intent when we started off making the film. It was more to sort of understand the spirit based on a question posed by a young girl who sort of is a lead character in the film. But it evolved into something slightly different and addressing a different problem.
You know, Satinder, there are a lot of misconceptions about the Sikh community. I have a lot of Sikh friends from former colleagues and friends who are well respected in the community.
Yeah, no, it's, you know, the religion was founded in 1469, so it's the most modern of all the big religions. And it's actually, the irony is that it's a very forward-thinking religion. Guru Nanak was, in fact, some people call him the world's first feminist. You know, gender equality, a lot of things we take for granted today are sort of embedded in the ethos of the religion. However, the physical form looks quite orthodox. So, you know, there's that dichotomy which we're trying to address.
Satinder, is there pressure on your part for not wearing the turban? I know many Sikhs who wear the turban, but you're not wearing one.
Well, when I used to wear a turban till I was 15 in boarding school, and then I decided to cut my hair and hence, you know, not wear the turban anymore. And obviously, in the early days, my parents were, obviously, my father was very unhappy, and I got a lot of, you know, pissed off attitude for a while, for lack of a better word. But no, but now I think things are evolving. Sikhism is quite a forward-thinking modern religion. A lot of young Sikhs, you know, like when Zara posed that question, in today's day and age of the internet, of social media, the world is getting more and more homogenized. So I think the physical symbols, such as turban, and maybe every religion has physical symbols, and the big question is, how much are they relevant in the modern world?
And Zara, what was it like traveling over 5 years to 8 different countries? What kind of experience did you encounter?
It was really great because I saw how every single country that we went, it was just the same values. Like all the Sikhs basically had the same values, and which was being a good, honest person, regardless of if they wore a turban or not. So that was really good to see.
And with this film, Satinder, after 90 minutes, do people leave feeling that they truly understand the Sikh culture?
I would like to think so. Now, of course, a religion, a culture, a people is very big subject to tackle in 90 minutes. But after having screened at this festival last week in San Francisco, I was quite happy to see some of the questions I got. And in fact, one of the ladies asked, an American lady, hey, can I become Sikh? But I think the spirit and the essence of the people and the culture seem to come across in this 90 minutes quite successfully. So I was happy to see the reaction of the audience.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Satinder Garcha and daughter Zara Garcha, for sharing with us your experience in putting this home film together over 5 years. And good luck with the screening.